Here on Friday Info, we're interviewing Marcus Kemp. He's a filmmaker. We give interviews for local entertainers, filmmakers, anybody that's in the entertainment industry. If you want to get an interview, or you want to check on, or you want to know about local directors, filmmakers, artists, musicians, anything of that nature, this is a good location to start to get in contact with those people that are actually doing it. Friday Info. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. Have the opportunity to check out all the interviews, all the app reviews, and things like that. If you're filming off your cell phone, like a lot of my footage is, like right now I am. Friday Info on Friday and Sundays, funny stuff, funny videos, funny skits that I put up. All right, you guys take care. Deuces.
Thanks for coming over, talking to me and Joe and Jen here.
Definitely. What's your production company called?
Aspect Ratio 235 Pictures.
Sweet. What projects are you doing right now?
Yeah, so we're in production on a feature-length action film titled Peace, Love, Unity, Revenge. So I'm sitting here with my director of photography, Joe Wilson.
All right, making it work.
And we're shooting our last day of production together, April 10th, and then Mr. Wilson's going to relocate to New York, so it's a bittersweet.
Temporarily, because I'm not staying up there in the cold weather.
Buffalo.
Yeah,
because we're youths. We're youths. Youths.
How long you been in production?
Oh, since I was 7.
Since you were 7?
Oh, when I was a kid, I've been doing this. I've been grabbing the camera and filming everything since I was 7. I went to school. Blood, sweat, and tears behind this business. I'm working with this guy.
Hi, I'm Jen. I'm Marcus's girlfriend, and learning so much this past year about filmmaking and the industry locally and through festivals and with meeting Joe and people in his production. And I was a production assistant on Peace, Love, Unity, Revolution. That was fun. So I really enjoyed working behind the scenes, and of course, I know that Marcus is very talented, but it's been he's very passionate about his projects. So he eats, sleeps, dreams, sleeps it. It's definitely a labor of love for sure. So.
Marcus,
absolutely.
How long have you been doing this work?
Okay, so I went to film school in the 90s. I made some movies when I was a kid on Super 8, 8mm, and then VHS. So I went from doing Super 8 to VHS. It's just, I guess, it's what you do when you're a kid in the 80s. And so a lot of that stuff's been lost just to the ether, but some of it is still available. But anyway, I ended up going to Valencia College in the 90s in Orlando.
The production, the project that you're working on. What was the inspiration on that?
The genesis of it was the Action Film Challenge, which is a filmmaking competition hosted by Daniel Brianza. And so I've entered it every year. Myself and Ken Anthony are the only filmmakers that have entered this same competition every year. After doing it for 3 years, when it came time to do the 4th year, I just came up with the idea for a movie. And my friend Ron Borders and I got together and hashed out a screenplay for the 4th entry into the competition, right? And then so that's what we made. Like, we made this short film, also titled Peace, Love, Unity, Revenge. Okay, so it's an unusual kind of concept that we're doing with it. There are these 3 shorts. Each of the shorts has a different cast of characters, and they're independent stories. So all these 3 shorts are designed to work independently of each other. So if you see one, you don't necessarily have to see the other 2 for it to make sense. But what we're doing is we're cutting all these 3 shorts together, along with new footage that we've been continuing to shoot, to further link these 3 shorts in to make one linear story. And now what we're down to is the final phase of production, in which we're going to shoot the prologue and the epilogue to make it a one unified story. So, But yeah, it's an action film set in the world of dance music and rave culture. Hence the title is an ironic spin on the title Peace, Love, Unity, Respect, because it's an action film that is a tale of revenge, which is also the theme. The central theme is revenge, but the ancillary theme would be.
I love that.
So why did you broke it up into sections like that? What was the reason behind that?
You know, it was purely just financial, and just because I thought, so I made this short film, and it didn't really win anything, although it was nominated at the challenge, which it was made for. It did get a Best Villain nomination for the villain Joel Wynkoop. Didn't win that though, and then I just thought that after looking at the film I made, I thought it was my best work that I had done to that date, and I thought, if I had, 2 hours of this story, I think that would be something that I wouldn't mind saying that I made this as a feature related project, and I would be happy with seeing a 2-hour version of this movie. That's how that started.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
And so we went back, so the second year we made a second film, also with an ironic spin on the acronym. We titling it Peace, Love, Unity, Retribution. Also, this time it was starring Joel Wynkoop. The first film did not star him; he was the villain. And so that actually won us 3 of the top awards. And then we went back the third year and made a prequel to those 2 stories titled Peace, Love, Unity, Revolution, with new characters, as well as Joel playing the same characters. Basically, Joel plays 3 characters in the film. And that all will make sense once you see it. I don't really want to give it away, but he does play 3 different characters in the film.
Nice.
Yeah, it's crazy. He's all over the place. Mr. Wynkoop. Mr. Wynkoop.
Yeah. I'm excited because the film is actually the third short that is going to be screening at the Sunscreen Film Festival this coming May 1st at 12:30. So by all means, if you're watching this and you want to come to Sunscreen, make sure to watch the new improved cut of the short film Peace, Love, Unity, Revolution. We'll be screening it May 1st at 12:30 in the afternoon. And that's at the Sunscreen Film Fest. Yeah, that's I think that's the first day of the festival. So there's also a film market which is being held at the festival. So I'll have a table there, and I'll be showing trailers of the film, talking about the film, all the signage. I'll be talking to people.
You gonna sign it? You gonna sign it?
No, I'll sign people's autographs. If you want an autograph.
Can I have your autograph on my belly button?
Yeah,
That's great.
Alright, so Joe,
Yo.
how much of the footage you've done, or have you done all the footage?
Most of it I've done, but when I was in absence, someone else came in. Who came in? Willie Harper was a camera operator for a day, the DP for the day. And who, Austin?
So Joe Wilson's been it. So
I've been the DP most of the time.
Yeah. So John Williams was actually the DP on the first. First film.
Okay.
Joe on the first short. That is, Joe was the writing director on that. But since the second and third shorts, Joe's been the DP, and so he's continued to be the DP on the other subsequent days of production that we've had. There was one day that we shot without him in 2014. And Willie Harper, who's the film's editor, came in and filled in as the DP that day. And there's another day where we shot some minor B-roll stuff where we didn't exactly have a DP, but that's okay. But now we're entering into the final phase of production where we're going to shoot the rest of the film in a block of production, and it's going to be a full crew. We've gotten by the skeleton crew on some of it, and that's the aspect ratio 5 pictures, and that's been the company that I've used for all of my films. I'm trying to make the move into feature film productions and graduate from short-related film to feature film, so just to, become more professional. And so it's just, it's been an involved process, like making these short films and trying to make a feature film out of it. It's not the only project that I have going. There's a few other projects in the works, but.
Could you talk about those?
Yeah, absolutely. But I post on Facebook casting calls and stuff, and I pull in various crew members from the film society. I'm a member of the Sunscreen Film Society. I go to all the monthly meetings, and I've worked with with film crew that have gone to the meetings. There's also I'm also on the board of directors of the Florida Film Network. So I tap the network to find my crew, and then I'm just I'd like to think I'm networked in the local filmmaking community. So I work with a lot of local filmmaking crew.
What are projects you're doing?
Right. So we're doing Joel D. Wine-Coops from Dakota. That's the official title of the
That
film.
sounds so cool.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. So like Joel is he's a local actor, and so the Dakota project is different from anything else that we've done. And what that is a follow-up to a martial arts action film that Joel made 25 years ago titled Lost Faith, which is kind of like a Chuck Norris-style jungle adventure. He shot it in the early 90s, and it's available. You can purchase it at Walmart, Best Buy. You can buy it online. I think Cult Movie Mania is distributing it right now. And so what Dakota is a short film follow-up to that film using the Steve Dakota character. And so we are going to be producing it with the Florida Film Network this summer. And so we're going to crew up the film primarily with the Florida Film Network crew members. And then we'll get the movie made. It's going to be a brief shoot, maybe 3 days. And we're just barely moving into pre-production now. We're still crewing up. So there's a lot that's got to be done before we actually shoot the movie.
All right, enough about the project.
Yeah.
What was the initial hunger for you to become a filmmaker?
Well, like my first movie-going experience that I remember is seeing Star Wars when I was 5.
Wow.
But I had vague memories of it. That's like probably the first time I was ever in a movie theater. I was a little bit more older and together when I saw Empire and Jedi, but that was like I was rooting for that. And then the movie that really affected me the most as a kid was probably Close Encounters of the Third Kind, special edition 1980. That was the one that I saw theatrically, and that's the one that stuck with me. And then Raiders of the Lost Ark was the movie that, through my teen years, that was the one that just really affected me, So, but
You took that to heart.
Raiders of the Lost Ark, yeah. Close Encounters was the one that was the first film that I saw that really moved me and wanted me to make films. But I was 8 and I didn't know what movie making was. Then my dad handed me a Super 8 camera, and I just basically shot random footage with it in the backyard, and that that's what it took.
Your camera guy is going to New York. What's the deal with that?
Yeah, Joe is unfortunately he has some personal issues.
I lost weight and I got to go gain weight in New York and eat pizza. And
Pizza.
I got family up there, and there's some stuff going on, and there's opportunity in New York City, so potentially. So that's a deal.
So Joe, what was your inspiration to get into film?
Same thing as Marcus almost. I watched films and then I just got the camera and started filming. I mean, that's why I'm looking at them. And I'm like, damn, that's how it happened with me. But I took it from my grandma, the camera. She was filming holidays. And we borrowed the camera and we started singing in front of it. Then we started filming me jumping off my roof into pools. And then I started shooting fake guns. And then we started all this stuff. So that's where it all started. And I'm like, we need to get this on film. And that's it. So it started.
Cool.
I have a question
Miss
to
Chen.
ask these guys. So you both started around the same age and were inspired by film, but you went more the director route, and he went more the director of photography route. So how is that evolve when you start from the same passion or the same interest?
Well, we both went to film school in Orlando at different times. I went to Valencia. He went to Full Sail. But when I went to go check out Full Sail in the very early 90s, I wasn't really too thrilled with their film program. But I was very excited by Valencia's film program. So, plus it cost a hell of a lot less.
Yeah.
And I got to work on a 35mm feature film. They weren't really offering that at Full Sail at the time. So that was my film education. Working on a 35mm film set with a 60-person student crew. Things didn't go quite as planned. Sometimes that's the nature of business.
Yes. Nature of business. Where's Miss Olive? Kitty cat.
All right. One more question here. What advice do you have for someone new going into the film industry? basically, what advice you give yourself?
What advice would I give myself now? I mean, back then, what do you
Yeah,
mean?
like if you got teleported and you're talking to yourself.
Yeah. I would basically have said stop procrastinating, just start sooner. Because there's no excuse for not having a feature film made by the time I'm 25 years old, especially now with the tools that are available. But it's not really about that anymore because there's lots of people making movies now. There's too many movies being made, and most of them are not very good. So it's just, I would have said start sooner. Really, it just took me a while. I felt like, I needed to build some confidence. That's why I've made a handful of short films before I'm making the moves into larger scale productions. But that's what I would have told myself, just start sooner. But my path is my path, So I'm not planning on turning back now. As far as like advice for someone else, maybe who's younger than me, getting into biz, it's tough. The business is not what it used to be. Anyone who's been in the business for a long time will tell you that. So I don't have all the answers. There's a lot of options now that weren't available before. VR filmmaking is on the horizon. VR filmmaking is going to be crazy. They're starting to teach that, I think, in film schools. There's something to be said still for the fine art of filmmaking. The fine art of filmmaking will most likely never change. It is what it is, but there's so many new tools that are on the horizon, the different forms of storytelling that I've not tapped into. So I also want to say that spherical video is not VR filmmaking. Spherical 360-degree video is not VR. VR is something that we haven't even really wrapped our minds around yet, and I don't even really know what really constitutes the difference between a video game and a VR film. I guess we're going to find out. So I'm interested in the new technology, but I would also, most of my favorite films were made in the 20th century, so I'm going to fit it.
You ever pick up a cell phone to do a film?
Yeah, I watched Sean Baker's Tangerine. I wasn't really, too impressed with the look of it. It was kind of like a fixed lens, and they took the bounce out of the shots, but I didn't really, I know what he did. He had the Moondog adapter on the iPhone. I read all about the production, and that was cool, but it just, I didn't really think it didn't really move me. I thought, the performances were funny, but I just thought, well, they made an example out of him, because here you go, he made a film which is watchable, he shot it on an iPhone, and this is the best that we've got right now. But I wasn't too impressed with it that much. I thought it was funny, but I didn't think it was like a game changer type of independent film.
Mm-hmm. What do you think about these 4X cell phones that are coming out, videos?
Yeah, it's not really about resolution. You mean 4X by what? 4K? 4K?
Yeah.
It's not really about the resolution, because most films now are shot on the ARRI Alexa, which is 2.7K. That's the sensor that's on the ARRI Alexa. You've got Mad Max Fury Road, you got Skyfall. All these films are shot 2.7K. You don't need 4K to make a movie that looks great.
Don't need 4K.
You don't need 4K. So it's not about the resolution. It's about like the all the other aspects of the camera. What can the camera do for you? The resolution, of course, is one of those aspects, but it's far from the only thing to be concerned about. So there's a little bit of hype about 4K, pushing 4K into the masses. I know, you have consumer electronics manufacturers who are trying to push the adoption of 4K. So, eventually, things will be shot in 4K and beyond resolution. That'll be the norm, but it's not really all about that. But if you got a phone that shoots 4K, there's up and coming filmmakers using it. Come on with it, not good.
What's your hope for the future as far as filmmaking is going?
Moving on to different projects and attaining distribution that will allow me to enough return on investment to make another film, and then just stepping it up. And that's really all I want to do is to make films that allow me the opportunity to make other films.
Beautiful. Beautiful. That was awesome.
Yeah.
That's the end of our interview.
All right.
Let me just walk in here. Who's gonna walk in here? This is the man. This is the man right here. Hope you guys like Friday Info. Keep checking it out.
Yeah, Smile King Soto, YouTube.
Please hang up and try again.